Hello and Assalamualaikum. Today we will present our topic on audit documentation and sampling. In my part, I will explain about the definition of audit documentation ISA 230. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is AINA NATASHA binti AZMI and my registration number is 07D8024F1017. First, audit documentation refers to the records prepared by auditors that include the audit procedures performed, evidence obtained, and conclusion reached. According to ISA 230, audit documentation is important because it shows the audit was conducted in accordance with auditing standards. It also supports the auditor's final opinion on the financial statements. In simple terms, audit documentation acts as proof that the auditor has done their work properly and professionally.
Hello, my name is LAUESTUDIANTIS Johnny. My metric number is 07D8024F1050. Now, I will explain the main purposes of audit documentation based on ISA 230. First, evidence of audit work. Audit documentation records all procedures performed and evidence obtained, showing that the audit work has been properly carried out. Second, support audit opinion. It provides a basis for the auditor's final opinion by proving that sufficient and appropriate evidence has been collected. Third, planning and supervision. Documentation helps in planning the audit and allows senior auditors to review and supervise the work of team members. Lastly, quality control. It enables internal and external reviewers to assess whether the audit complies with auditing standards and maintains high quality. In summary, audit documentation is important as it provides evidence, supports the audit opinion, and ensures proper planning, supervision, and quality control. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, Madam. My name is NURFARISHA. I will explain about other function of audit documentation based on the requirement of International Standard on Auditing 230. First function is assisting the engagement team to plan and perform the audit. By using past documentation, auditor can understand the client business, identify the risks, and choose the right audit procedure. Second is enabling the engagement team to be accountable for its work. Documentation record who did each task and who reviewed it. So every team member is responsible for their work. Lastly is returning of a record of matter of continued significance to future audits. Some matter like long-term loan or a legal dispute remain relevant for years. So keeping proper record will help auditor refer back them in the future. In short, audit documentation help in the planning, ensure responsibility, and provide useful records for future audit. That's all about the other function of audit documentation.
Assalamualaikum to Madam. My name is NATASHA and I will explain about types of audit files. There are two types of audit files, which is permanent and current. First is purpose of permanent, to record item applicable over a period of many years. Second, to provide a summary of policy and organization of the entity. Third is to preserve working papers on item that show few or no changes. And then for purpose for current, to support the conclusion reached. Next is content for permanent. First is copies of long-term agreement or contract. These are contracts that last for many years. For example, loan agreement or rental contract that the company still use. Second is information related to internal control. This show how the company control its activities. It also helps the company prevent error and fraud in the company. Third is copies of significant correspondence between auditor and client. These are important letters or email between auditor and client. They help keep record of important discussion or decision. And then for current content, first is audit program. This is about a list of audit procedure to guide auditor during the audit. Second is working trial balance. Trial balance that include audit adjustment. That is schedule and analysis. In this schedule and analysis, there are detailed lists that support account balance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam Camelia. I am AQILAH binti AMAI. So next I will explain the comparison between statistical and non-statistical sampling. For the statistical sampling, use probability and random selection so the results more accurate and less biased. However, it is more complex. For example, in statistical sampling, the auditor selects 50 invoices randomly from 1,000 invoices using a system. And in non-statistical sampling, the auditor selects only high-value invoices, for example, above 5,000 based on judgment. So, in conclusion, statistical sampling is more reliable, while non-statistical sampling is simpler but depends on the auditor's judgment.